What if the way you spend your first 15 minutes each morning could predict whether you'll live well into your 90s? It's not science fiction, and it's not complicated. In fact, it's surprisingly simple. In this video, I'll share 7 quiet but powerful morning habits practiced by some of the healthiest people who have lived long, full lives. We're not talking about trends or hacks. These are the steady, proven actions that support your heart, your mind, and your independence, starting the moment you wake up. If you're over 60 or care about someone who is, these are the habits worth holding on to. Let's get into them, one gentle, life-giving step at a time. Habit number 1. Wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Want to know one of the simplest morning habits that doctors quietly say could add years, maybe decades, to your life? It's not a supplement. It's not some fancy health routine. It's something most of us ignore because it feels too basic. It's waking up at the same time every single day. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but stick with me because this one small change helped me more than any pill I've ever taken. For years, my mornings were all over the place. I'd sleep in on Sundays, wake up early on weekdays, and take naps when I felt tired. I thought I was listening to my body, but my body, it turns out, was confused. I remember the day I spoke with Dr. Kim, a family physician who's worked with hundreds of seniors. She said the people who live the longest usually have one thing in common. They wake up like clockwork. She explained how your body has something called a circadian rhythm. It's your internal clock. It doesn't just tell you when to sleep. It helps regulate your heart, your hormones, even your immune system. When that rhythm gets thrown off, by sleeping in too late or changing your wake-up time every few days, it creates a kind of stress inside the body. Your organs don't know when to prepare for food. Your brain doesn't know when to release certain chemicals. Your body becomes reactive instead of proactive. That hit me hard, because I always thought rest was rest, whenever you got it. But now I understand that when you wake up is just as important as how much you sleep. So I made a decision. I picked a wake-up time, 6:45 a.m., not too early, not too late, something I could stick to every day. At first, it was rough. I had to fight the urge to sleep in on weekends, but after a few weeks, I noticed something amazing. I started waking up before the alarm. My thoughts felt clearer in the morning. I wasn't as tired mid-afternoon. And the best part, my blood pressure leveled out. My appetite became more balanced. Even my mood improved. I wasn't changing anything else, just the time I got out of bed. That's when I started digging deeper. I read studies showing that older adults with regular sleep and wake times had better memory, better heart health, and even a lower risk of stroke. Some researchers even linked consistent mornings to longer lifespans, well into the 90s. It made sense. Your body craves rhythm. Like a good melody, it works best when everything is in sync. Now, I'm not saying you have to wake up at dawn, but I am saying you need to find a wake-up time that works and stick to it. Even on weekends, even on holidays, your body doesn't know it's Saturday, it just knows consistency. You might be retired. You might not have a place to be in the morning, but you do have a life to live. And setting a regular rhythm is one way to make sure you're still living it fully. If this message is making you think, maybe even rethink your mornings, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Glowing Age. We share simple, proven wisdom to help you stay strong, sharp, and steady through your golden years. Here's how I do it now. Before bed, I wind down around the same time each night. I dim the lights. I turn off the television or phone. I might read a few pages of something easy, nothing dramatic. I tell my brain it's time to rest. Then I wake up at the same time the next morning. No snooze button, no excuses. I open the blinds, I drink a glass of water, and I begin. It's not always perfect. Some nights I sleep better than others, but I always wake up on time, because that's the anchor, that's what sets the tone. You might not feel the difference on day one, but give it a few weeks. Watch what happens. Your sleep will improve, your energy will rise, your thoughts will get clearer. And if you want to live not just longer but better, that's a habit worth keeping. So tomorrow morning, try it. Set your time, stick to it. And let your body remember what rhythm feels like again. It could be the quiet key to staying healthy and vibrant well into your 80s, 90s, or even beyond. All from the simple act of getting up at the same time each day. Habit number 2. Start with a full glass of water. If I could give you one simple, no-cost tip that makes your entire body work better within seconds of waking up, it would be this. Drink a full glass of water first thing in the morning. That's it, not coffee, not juice, just plain, clean water. When we sleep, we go 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours without taking in a drop of liquid. During that time, we breathe out moisture, we sweat a little, and our body slowly uses up its fluid stores just to keep everything functioning. So when you wake up, you're already running a little dry. Your blood is slightly thicker. Your joints are a little stiffer. Your organs are doing their best, but they're thirsty. I didn't always do this. For years, I'd roll out of bed and make a pot of coffee. That first sip felt like life itself. But one day, during a routine checkup, my doctor said, "You know, your kidney numbers are a little off. Nothing dangerous, but worth watching." That's when he asked about my morning routine. I told him about the coffee. He nodded. Then he said something that stuck with me. "You're pouring fuel into a dry engine." He told me to try drinking a full glass of water first. Just 8 to 10 ounces, before the coffee, before food. Let your body hydrate before you ask it to start running. It sounded too simple to matter, but I started doing it. And I noticed the change within a few days. I didn't feel as stiff in the mornings. My bathroom schedule evened out. My energy came back quicker. And within a few months, those kidney numbers, back to normal. Water first thing in the morning wakes up your digestion. It helps your liver flush out toxins that built up overnight. It even helps with brain function. Yes, your brain runs better when you're hydrated, more clarity, less fog. If you've ever felt dizzy or slow-moving in the morning, dehydration could be the reason. Especially as we age, our sense of thirst gets weaker. We might not feel thirsty, but our body still needs the water. I make it easy on myself now. Before I go to bed, I place a full glass of water on the nightstand. When I wake up, before I do anything else, I sit up and drink it. Some people like to add a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of sea salt for minerals. That's fine too, but even plain water is powerful. And no, you don't have to chug it, just steady sips until the glass is empty. If you're someone who takes morning medication, this can also help your pills go down easier and get absorbed properly. Your digestive system works better when it's not dry. And don't worry, coffee can still come after. I still enjoy mine every morning. But now I give my body what it needs before I give it what I want. So tomorrow morning, try this. Reach for water before anything else. Don't think of it as a chore. Think of it as giving your body the head start it deserves. A small, quiet act that reminds every part of you you're cared for, you're hydrated, and you're ready to live another strong, steady day. Habit number 3, get natural sunlight within 30 minutes of waking. If you asked me what one habit lifted my spirits, cleared my head, and helped me sleep better at night, all with just a few minutes of effort, I'd say this. Get sunlight on your face within 30 minutes of waking. It sounds so simple, too simple maybe, but trust me, there's a reason it's one of the most common habits among people who live into their 90s and beyond. We were never meant to live in the dark. When I was younger, I didn't think about light. I'd get up, go straight to work, often indoors, and in retirement, the habit stayed. Some days I wouldn't open the blinds until lunch, but I was feeling more tired, groggy, my sleep was off. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. and couldn't fall back asleep. Then a friend, an old Navy man who just turned 92, told me his secret. I get out and feel the sun within minutes of waking. He wasn't jogging or stretching, he'd just sit on the porch, or by the window with a cup of tea, every single morning. Turns out he was doing something that science strongly supports. Morning sunlight, natural light, not bulbs, helps reset your circadian rhythm, that internal clock that controls everything from when you feel sleepy to how your metabolism runs. Light hits the back of your eyes and signals your brain. It's time to be awake. It tells your body to stop making melatonin, the hormone that makes you drowsy, and start producing the hormones that give you energy, focus, and alertness. And here's what really surprised me. Studies show that people who get morning sunlight sleep better at night. They fall asleep more easily. They stay asleep longer. Their bodies know when it's time to rest because the brain had a clear wake-up signal in the morning. It's not just about energy either. Sunlight helps your body produce vitamin D, which strengthens bones, supports your immune system, and even lifts your mood. And older adults often struggle with low D levels without even knowing it. So I changed my routine. Every morning after I drink my water, I step outside. Sometimes it's just for 5 minutes, sometimes longer if it's warm. If it's too cold or rainy, I sit near the window where the sun comes through. The key is that light, not artificial but real natural sunlight. And the results? I started feeling tired at a consistent time at night. My mood felt more even. I wasn't dragging through the morning anymore. It's such a quiet habit. But powerful if you're thinking, but I don't have time or it's not sunny every day. Don't overthink it. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is stronger than indoor bulbs. You don't have to do anything fancy. Just get the light. Let your eyes see the sky. Let your body know it's time to begin. And if you're starting to see how these little morning habits add up to a longer, healthier life, please like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. These are the small choices that build a foundation for strong living. Tomorrow morning, after your water, after you wake up on time, just open the door or the curtain. Let the sun find your face. Because nature gave us a signal to start each day, and the longer we follow it, the longer we tend to stay strong, steady, and clear-headed. It doesn't take effort, just light, and a willingness to receive it. Habit number 4, 30-second balance test while brushing your teeth. When I first heard about the idea of standing on one leg while brushing my teeth, I'll admit, I laughed. It sounded like something from a balance class or a magazine article aimed at yoga lovers. Not something for a guy in his 70s just trying to get through his morning routine without dropping the toothpaste cap. But then I read this. A 12-year study found that older adults who could stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds had significantly lower risk of sudden death and age-related illness. That got my attention, so I started trying it. One leg while brushing my teeth, every morning. It was harder than I thought. I had to grip the sink for balance at first. My ankles wobbled, my hip tensed. But slowly, with practice, I got steadier. After a few weeks, I could do 30 seconds on each leg without holding onto anything. And you know what surprised me? My knees felt stronger. My stride became firmer, even my posture improved. I stopped shuffling so much when I walked. The balance test while brushing your teeth takes almost no extra time, but it gives back so much. Here's what's happening in your body when you do it. You activate the tiny stabilizing muscles in your ankles, knees, and hips. You engage your core, which supports your spine. You stimulate your brain, which processes movement and orientation. These three areas, legs, core, brain, are essential to independence after 70. If one gets weak, the others start to follow. But when you train them, even gently, you protect your ability to walk, to avoid falls, and to live without fear of injury. Doctors say that balance is one of the first things we lose with age, and yet one of the strongest predictors of longevity. If you can stand steadily, you're not just less likely to fall. You're more likely to move confidently, breathe more fully, and even think more clearly. And doing it while brushing your teeth? That just makes it easy. No special gear, no added time, just a smarter use of a daily habit. If you're worried about safety, start slow. Keep one hand on the counter. Try lifting just your heel at first. Then move to one foot a few seconds at a time. Over days and weeks, it builds. And if you use a cane or walker, you can still do a modified version, lifting one foot while seated or holding onto a sturdy rail. The key is to send a signal to your body. Stay strong, stay balanced. It may look silly to someone watching, but inside it's your muscles learning, your nerves sharpening, your brain firing up its coordination. You're building strength one small choice at a time. So tomorrow morning, when you pick up your toothbrush, do more than clean your teeth. Train your balance, invest in your steadiness, and take a quiet stand for a longer, stronger life, even if it starts with one leg at a time. Habit number 5, eat a protein-rich breakfast. I used to think breakfast didn't matter much. Toast, maybe a banana, sometimes just coffee, but then I hit my late 60s. My muscles felt softer. I'd get lightheaded standing too quickly. I'd feel tired by mid-morning, even after a full night's sleep. That's when my doctor asked a simple question: "What's your protein like in the morning?" I paused, because the truth was, I hadn't really thought about it. He explained something I wish I'd known sooner. As we age, we lose muscle mass faster than we build it, even if we stay active. That slow, steady loss, called sarcopenia, leads to weakness, frailty, and all the risks that come with it. Falls, poor balance, less mobility. But protein, especially in the morning, helps fight that loss. It fuels your muscles right when they need it most. After a night of fasting, your body is primed to absorb nutrients. A protein-rich breakfast tells your body, it's time to rebuild. So I made a change. Instead of toast, I started having eggs. Some days I added Greek yogurt with a handful of berries. Other days it was a small bowl of cottage cheese or peanut butter on whole grain toast. And the results? I had more energy. I felt stronger. My legs didn't tire as quickly. Even my blood sugar stayed steadier. Turns out, older adults who consistently get enough morning protein not only retain more muscle, they also recover better from illness, have fewer falls, and report higher overall energy levels. This doesn't mean you need a full plate of meat every morning, but aim for at least 20-30 grams of protein to start your day. That could be 2 scrambled eggs with a slice of cheese, Greek yogurt with chia seeds, protein smoothie with milk, banana, and nut butter, oatmeal with a scoop of protein powder or crushed nuts. You don't have to cook like a chef. Just make one smart choice. And if you're someone who's been skipping breakfast, this is a great time to rethink that. Skipping means your muscles go longer without support, and that may accelerate the aging process more than you think. Even something small is better than nothing, as long as it includes protein. And here's a tip: prepare it the night before, hard-boil some eggs, portion out some yogurt. That way it's waiting for you. You don't need to think, just eat, enjoy, and fuel up. If this part of the video is helping you see breakfast in a new light, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. These are the daily choices that add up to a stronger, longer life. I'm not trying to bodybuild. I'm just trying to stay on my feet, to carry groceries, to hug my grandkids, to walk without pain. And every bit of protein I give myself in the morning helps make that possible. So tomorrow, give your body what it needs. Not just calories, not just coffee, fuel. Because you're not just waking up, you're waking up stronger. Habit number 6, practice 5 minutes of gentle movement or stretching. There was a time when I thought stretching was only for athletes or for folks in yoga pants, not for someone like me. Not for an older man who just wanted to get through the day without groaning every time he tied his shoes. But I'll never forget the moment that changed my mind. It was after I'd been sitting at the kitchen table for about an hour, reading the paper. I stood up and it felt like everything from my neck to my knees creaked like an old floorboard. I stumbled for a second, not from pain, but from stiffness. That was the day I realized I wasn't as mobile as I used to be. So I started stretching every morning. Just 5 minutes, nothing fancy, nothing fast. And it changed how I moved through the rest of my day. Morning movement, even gentle movement, wakes up the joints. It signals your body, we're not just surviving, we're moving, we're alive. When you stretch, you increase blood flow to your muscles, loosen up tight joints and ligaments, improve balance and posture, reduce your risk of falls and injury. It's not about doing the splits. It's about reminding your body how to move and keeping it that way. Here's what I do each morning right after I get dressed. Roll my shoulders forward and backward. Turn my head gently side to side. Lift one knee at a time while holding the back of a chair. Do a few ankle rolls to warm up my feet. Reach my arms overhead and then out to the sides. That's it. 5 minutes, maybe less, but I walk straighter. My hands don't feel as stiff when I reach for the doorknob. I have fewer aches in my lower back. It's like oiling the hinges before they squeak. The science backs it up. Seniors who stretch and move gently in the morning have better mobility, more confidence when walking, and lower chances of having to rely on others later in life. And here's the key: consistency. It's not what you do once a week. It's what you do every morning. You can even do it while the coffee brews, or while listening to the radio. No excuses. And if you've been feeling a little tighter lately, if you notice it's harder to reach down, twist, or stand tall, this is your body asking for movement. Not punishment, not workouts, just movement. So tomorrow morning, before the world gets busy, before the chores pile up, do something small. Stretch. Breathe. Let your body know today we're not just waking up, we're waking up well. And we're going to keep moving, all the way into our 90s and beyond. Habit number 7. Say something positive to yourself or someone else. It took me nearly 70 years to realize that what you say to yourself in the morning can shape your entire day. Not your to-do list, not your aches and pains, not the weather outside, but your very first thought, your very first words. For a long time I woke up with worry, sometimes guilt, sometimes a replay of yesterday's frustrations, but never gratitude, never intention. Then one day I heard a man say, "You get to choose your first words, make them count." So I started trying something new. Before I even left the bed, I would say one kind thing to myself, out loud. Sometimes it was as simple as, "Today I will move with ease." Other days, "I'm grateful for this breath, for this day." And occasionally, I'd say something to someone else. I'd send a quick text to my son or call my neighbor to say good morning. These weren't dramatic acts, but they began to shift something inside me. I noticed that my mornings had more peace, that I felt lighter as I moved about my routine. That when a challenge came, a spilled cup of coffee, a cranky knee, I handled it better. There's real power in words. And seniors who speak positively, who start their day with affirmations or simple kindness, have been shown to live longer, experience less depression, heal faster after surgery or illness, build stronger relationships. And not just because they're cheerful, but because those words change how the body handles stress. They set a tone, they reinforce meaning. Your body hears what your mind says, so if you tell yourself, "I'm strong," your muscles listen. If you say, "I'm grateful to be here," your heart opens. If you say, "Today matters," your steps follow with intention. You don't need to stand in front of a mirror and chant. You just need to pause, one sentence, one thought, one kind message to yourself or to someone else. Let your first thought tomorrow be gentle. Let your first word be kind. Let the tone you set carry you with grace, because aging with wisdom isn't just about the body. It's about the spirit that moves it, and every morning is a new chance to strengthen both. It's easy to think that longevity is about luck or genes, but more often it's about the small choices we make every single morning. Waking up at the same time, drinking water, getting light, moving gently, eating with purpose, practicing balance, speaking kindly. Each habit alone may seem small, but together, they build a rhythm, a foundation of strength, stability, and calm that adds years not just to your life, but to the quality of it. If even one of these habits inspired you, please like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're here to share real wisdom for strong, meaningful living after 60. And now I'd love to hear from you. What's one morning habit you swear by, or one you'd like to try tomorrow? Because aging well doesn't begin with someday. It begins with the way you begin today.